What's up, babe? What lie? Huh? The girls come in. Now I gotta do all this. I ain't even finished cleaning yet. And I can't do the quarter round until the house is clean. So if you wanna come over and help wipe down stuff, I'll try. All right, love you.
I mean, I'll try. I don't know if she's gonna be cranky and wanna try and go back to bed, or if she's playful. I gotta figure it out.
No, I got you, but I just did a bunch of TikTok videos.
Nice,
I could do way more. Hey, I need one with the weight of the boat. Where we're driving on the boat, I need you to send me all the boat videos. Not right now, later on, you know. But like, I just want a video of us driving and just see the wake of the boat. And that's so beautiful when we're going like 35. And it's called the wake, yeah, with the water, because of the motor, right?
I know I definitely have pictures. We might have videos.
Yeah, I know we have videos of it somewhere.
I'll look at the.
It's like all the times we've been on the boat, the Bucksport, when we went to Bangor, when we drove up. We gotta like look, we gotta find out what day that was and just, cause I wanted that video where we went around Fort Knox and Bucksport Bridge. And I know I got a couple of weight videos there. Anyway, we got seal videos. There, here, can you take this? Hope we got the mail yesterday. Daniel Targus. It's not even our mail. Yeah, I saw that. This one's special from. Not good. Making sure she got the right stuff. That's right off the railings. This is really it. But I'll give this to Robert.
Just red bait, so anything else will probably not.
This is really it. Why does my dad go by Robbie? He just didn't want to be named Daniel. I really don't know. Be right in, guys. Hit that follow. Tristan, what's happening, everybody? I'm just, you know, taking a quick break real quick, but not really. And I have to wipe all these walls, so watch. That's one swipe, look at that. So as soon as we're done wiping all these walls, getting everything clean, I have to seal behind all these shelves. I think that's and a little bit on the ends of the cabinets, and that's the last of it. Then I can do the quarter round. Then we're gonna do a quarter round video. We're gonna put quarter round on, all of these trim, where the trim meets the floor, right there. We're gonna put quarter round everywhere, so. I have to drain the main vein. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Hit that follow, hit that subscribe. Yeah. All right, so, yo, you know, get that done, out of the way. Wow. So that's the great thing about after you clean, once everything's dusted, you can actually come through with paint products and seal and get all the bumps and dents out of everywhere, and it's not a big mess. I'll never get this place perfect, but the dents and the bumps and just bugs me. So I've gone through and basically filled every single hole. It's been a lot. There's been a lot. That was awesome. You know, that was great for the floor too. That brand new $3,500 flooring. I love it when I do that, you know. Every now and then, just bust a move. And just bust a move, you know, bust a move. So, this is a nice little painter's trick. If something bumps into the wall, and you've already mudded and you don't want to mud again, you got to scrape it all off really good. Make sure it's all scraped up. But you can get rid of dents or bumps in the wall by just using sealant. You just put sealant on, like just DAP, Alex DAP is good for it. Oh, there it is. Sorry about that. Shoot. There we go. But you have to have 0 scrapes, or you can't have any imperfections on your blade. It's got to be perfectly, like there can't be any gouges in it at all. And it needs to have a strong spine. So basically get a Purdy black handle that you can, you can chisel it with a hammer, but you ain't chiseling this one. This is for paint. You can't have any imperfections on the tip. And you just scrape as hard as you can, but you can't scrape on a lean at all. It's gotta be nice and flush as you scrape, and it'll pull any feathering edges. There won't be any tails or none of that stuff. So that's really important to know, because like let's say I just got done mudding and I smacked the vacuum into the wall. Now there's a dent right here. So that's just a mess. But, oh yeah, and if you get any extra caulking that you don't know where the hell to go to, spray it to the top of a door and smooth that off well. Try to get it in the top corner. That's always a good spot to go to, especially if it's old wood that's like kind of beat up or Has a bunch of dents in it or something, whatever. Hi, Gold. Okay, what are you guys doing with the hose? Okay, cool. Awesome. Can you have Aria dump the big tote out back and clean that out? Just help her dump. You guys need to dump it in the whole damn thing. Just dump it right out in the dumpster. Okay? So, just get it up top, dump it, or you can use the door, but I think if you use the door, it'll end up falling on it. Is she helping you?
No, she cleaned the catwalks a few days ago.
Okay. Alright, but you're gonna need help with that big old tote. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, track her down, don't do it yourself, you're gonna get that all over you. So, you guys need to just teamwork, okay? Teamwork makes the dream work, baby. Ooh. Oh, these lights. They're so fun to put in. And if I didn't drink coffee or smoke cigarettes like my uncle told me, I would have been just a couple more inches taller, and I would be able to do all the work on these ceilings without even having to do all my tippy toes. He's 6'7". My grandfather was 6'11". I was 6'2", but then my back was beat to hell. So basically my vertebrae crunched up, and I've actually gotten a little tiny bit shorter. And my nose over time has dropped a lot. I said, bust a move. I said, bust a move. Mansion in the skies out of 10 acre feet. What did I just do that for? Give heaven some hell. I hope your mansion in the skies got 10 acre feet with some mud and some roads you can walk in. There we are. Yep. Lovely. One more for the road. Remember, hit that follow button, please. Hit that subscribe button, guys. The ceiling is actually higher over here by like a good inch. There we go. Wow, it's way. Look at that shine. I mean, it is daytime, so you can't really see it much, but they are way cleaner, way brighter. Yup. Alright, so I put, man, this thing just won't stop. I'm not gonna waste it. Okay, I've actually done the whole ceiling. I've done this whole wall. Let's come through. So what I'm doing right now, so these are wet. They're not soaking wet, but they're pretty good, well wet. And this has a lot of coverage, right? So what I'm doing here, I'm just getting, I don't know how to, I guess it would be like dust, static dust. Just getting all that cement really. Hey Mom, what you up to?
I was just stopping to make sure that the list that you guys were still coming for dinner tonight.
Awesome.
6 o'clock.
Cool. Thank you. Love you. See you later. Man, this is, so basically, when I did the floor, when I had to cut the cement floor to make it flat, what I did was I found my high points, found my low points. I cut my high points midway, almost down to my low points. And then I filled my low points up to the middle. So I made a negative, or I made a 0, you know what I'm saying? And it just took forever. There was dust everywhere. And I'm still fighting that cement dust bad. It was up there, I had to get all that. So I just gotta be careful what I'm putting on the wall. That's the big one. The thing is, if I use my hand, I'm gonna end up putting dents in the mud that I've, so I gotta be really careful not to mess. You can't mess up the areas that I've already mudded. But I have to go around and wipe down. I'm gonna be so careful doing this. So I gotta wipe down all the dust. Tinkerbell, are you online? Tinkerbell, are you here? Remember, hit that follow, hit that subscribe. King CJ, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We love you too. Oh man. This place is just never ending. It never ends. This is the job that never ends. Even if you call all of your friends, no one really gives a hell if you are trying to get this job done. This is why my boss always encouraged me. Are you done? Or did you just like get done doing one thing, walking around? Like you gotta go back and look at it in a different light. Go back and inspect your work at a different angle that you were when you did your work. So if you went around like this, go around like this, right? Bring a flashlight with you sometimes. If there's no natural light coming in, it's not going to show you all of your imperfections. I gotta let you know, I've done this to this wall 4 different times. Each different time, there's a different problem. So I've already mudded in big, huge patches in the hole. I've already fixed a lot of skin coating issues. I've sanded down all the holidays. Right now, I'm getting those, now that everything's nice and flat and been coated 6 or 7 times, I have a lot of buildup. I have a big primer base now. So where, just like I did the floor, right? You find the high point, you cut it down halfway, then you fill the rest up halfway, and then you got a nice level floor. Okay, same here. Same on this wall. So now, I've sanded down everything, I've mudded it all out, and then you go through again, you gotta fill, because there's a lot of empty negative ridges, so you fill it in with paint, sand it back down, and then now I'm just filling those little tiny tack dots, like literally where tacks, like were put probably, you never know, maybe it was a tack with a Post-it on it that had someone's tab, because you know, fishermen are, the best time for money is fall time for the locals, you know, or at least fishermen, lobstermen. So maybe they had tabs here. I don't know. I'm just like anywhere I used to be where I used to live. Sometimes we'd have to throw tabs up, you know. But none of the reasons matter. What I'm saying is I'm filling in tack holes. There was a lot of, this used to be a store. And I filled in many tack holes. Been a lot of tacks placed into these walls, I promise you that. A lot of stuff posted up on the wall. I wasn't here, maybe I've been here when I was younger, but I wasn't a local here. I lived on another peninsula about 3 hours south of here. I've lived in Cushing. I've lived where else? Cushing, South Thomaston, St. George, Owl's Head. So I've lived on all the different peninsulas. I stayed in Port Clyde for a little while. Cushing is down near Friendship, so that's a whole different peninsula on the other side of the river. But anyway, so that's just down 3 hours. It's really like an hour boat ride, 40-minute boat ride. Plus, you got islands. So I'll just start northerly. I stay on Islesboro quite a bit for hunting. North Haven, I've done a few jobs on. We actually helped build Kirsky Alley, a foundation for one of her guest houses. That was in high school, and we went over there for a few jobs doing foundation work. And then I've done some for my company as well. But then I've also done work on Vinyl Haven, lobstering. I've done work on Matinicus lobstering, and I've done work on Cree Haven lobstering. Pretty damn cool. I've lived on all the islands, and islands are really fun. The only thing I have to say about, like, if you're gonna go to one of the islands, really, just make sure if you don't have food, your people have food. But I always come bearing gifts. I always try to bring everything that a fridge would need, right? And if we don't need it, whatever. We'll give it away to someone on the island that does. But I always try to bear gifts when I go to an island, because you gotta remember, those guys are isolated pretty well from everything. It's on an island, just stranded, right? But what's up, YouTube? What happened? Max, you still there, bud? Remember, hit that follow, guys. Okay, so I'll just move you to show you what I'm actually hitting here. So this is the front door. What I was doing, I'm sanding down any imperfections. So I have to turn into the painter. I've been a carpenter in this place for the last like 4 months, 5 months. And I haven't really put on my painter clothes, really. And what I have done, I've done other things. So now I'm on the last final touch-ups before you would paint a house. And the cool thing about me is I know a lot of little tricks. And one is, you can literally use sealant over holes, dents, bumps, long gouges. Gotta have a nice strong putty knife with no scrapes, gouges in this blade at all. It's gotta be perfect, brand new, strong spined. I recommend just getting the black handled putty knife. And just any old water-based, I like Alex DAP. The, what is this, the plus. And you gotta scrape it all off firmly, like very firmly. But you gotta also fill, you gotta push it in that cavity and just fill it really good. So I can see what's gonna give me a problem in the future because I've done this for a while. So, you know, I know what's gonna give me a problem when I paint. And basically, I've already painted everything in this house, all the walls, about 4 or 5 times. Every one of them got at least 3 coats. Some of them got 6 or 7, 10 coats. Like this wall here got like 10 coats. And I did that specifically so that I could come back through, sand down anything that I don't, you know. We need to do the grade. We need to find the high points, the low points, bring down the high points and bring up the low points. So that's what I did right there. I just filled and then, well, I sanded and now I'm filling. Okay. Beautiful. So there's one thing that I'm not going to do. I will do this before I leave this week, and that'll give it plenty of time to cure. but I've stopped. I have not grouted the bottom line against this tread and against this metal doorway. I want to make it right, and I don't want it to mess up. I have some pre-mixed grout. I might use the grout, but I also have some black elastomeric grout, and I also have some black 5200. The 5200's a guaranteed. You're gonna win with the 5200. That'll never, you'll have to cut it. And I may just use that. But my black grout is already open, so I'll probably just use the black grout, and I'm gonna go down through in there and hit that. I'll do the white where the white wall is, but where the metal hits, I'll use the black. And the black will just keep it looking kind of clean. It won't look so dirty, because that will get dirt. You're gonna walk on the tread, you know what I mean? Of course, we'll put a welcome mat in here to feel fresher. And if you're wondering where the living room is, I kind of realized lately that a lot of people just need a place to stay. Sometimes it's just, and especially where we're at right here, it's kind of like an island. We're really out in the middle of nowhere. So basically, I gave bedrooms rather than a huge living room, right? Because bedrooms raise the ability of your home. So there is a living room. It's small, but you can put a dining room table either there or here, and you can put a couch with a TV, vice versa as well. So it'll be just enough for two people to be able to enjoy. You can have a coffee table, a small recliner, and a TV, or coffee table, small recliner, TV. It's big enough. I've done the measurements, and basically, the biggest thing is the two bedrooms here. They're two big bedrooms. Because a lot of people nowadays just hang out in their bedrooms. Like, a lot. And I'm not just saying that. My tenants upstairs hang out in their bedrooms. I go home, I usually kind of hang out in my bedroom. You know, lately, because we're all on our phones doing our own thing. So I know it's not the traditional thinking of America, but that's just what it is. So, but also I wanted to make sure that we're upping the capacity of people in bedrooms and ability for this home, because that raises the equity of your house, and it also helps your community find one more bedroom for one more person. And you ask the community, do you want all the houses in this community to have huge living rooms, or do you want all these houses in this community to have nice bedrooms for their children and all the people who live? And the people there would say, I would rather everyone have a bedroom than one person gets a bedroom and everybody has to live in a big family, family room. So that was mine. But I kind of peeled it out because I also put closets in each room too. And every closet in your house adds $10,000 worth of value. So I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna put closets in as many bedrooms as I can in this house, because closets are really easy to build and it adds 10 grand every single one. So I'll put a closet, I already have two here. That bedroom has one. I need one in my room and the girls, so there's 3 closets there. That's 30 grand it'll raise. And there's space, that one has one. So these two are kind of small. I would have to, cut out and have them share a pocket. You know what I'm saying? It would take like 2 feet out of each room, but it would give them a nice deep closet, and one would have one and one would have the other. It's actually a neat trick. You just cut 2 feet out of this room if they're splitting a wall. Cut 2 feet out of this room, 2 feet out of that room. Then you have a 4-foot closet, and it's like 6 foot long, right? One closet at 3 feet, one closet at 3 feet. So it doesn't really take much out of each room, but each room gets a closet. It's 6 foot long by 2 feet pull out off the wall. Not even really, because the wall thickness is about 5 inches. Well, 4.5 inches. You got 3.5 inch wide plus 2 half-inch drywall. So really all you need to come out is about 1.5 and 8 inches, right? Well, actually no, because then you're adding 2 extra walls. So you're deducting 1. So really you're only adding 4.5 inches. So yeah, you could come out the 2 feet and then build out. So it would end up being about 2 foot 4.5 inches. But yeah, I could definitely do that for that bedroom. That'd be kind of neat, and that would add 20 grand right there. And then the 3, so that's $50,000 was that would add to my house, because I have 11 bedrooms and 5 of them don't have closets. Pretty neat, right? So if you're a builder and you're trying to raise the equity of your home, make sure every single bedroom has a closet, because it will raise the equity, or it'll appreciate $10,000 for each one. Okay. Did you guys see that? I put that sander on the ground while it was running. That was hilarious. Come on, dude. Uh-oh. See, with a construction site like this, there's so much to do and not enough people to get it done. Now, I could hire someone, but I don't have any money right now. They would have to, you know, do it on the front until I get working again, which will be literally right as soon as I finish and I make money quick. But, you know, it literally pains me to even think of hiring someone right now, because most people just don't get it. I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just saying, some people are just, they don't understand how to do this. And this stuff takes years to figure out, like the flow of it, the sensibility of it, basically. So, some people get it right away, right? And then usually those people are so good that they get bored of it. They end up getting bored and they don't even want to do it anymore. Man, this bubble, there's a bubble in this tube of sealant, and Hey, Rob. And it just keeps pouring sealant out. And it's bugging the hell out of me. Ah! Hey, Rob. You know what I need? I need cameras that learn how to turn when you move. When I move, you move, just like that. What a fucking mess. What a mess! Wow. You can see I use my pants as an easel. These are paint pants, paint clothes. I'm not trying to look pretty. I don't give a hell if any caulking gets on me. I wear these clothes specifically because I'm painting and I don't want to mess up my other clothes. It looks like this may have ripped away when the cover come off. We'll see. Because it'll be on the cover too. Yes.
Just gonna walk Ari across the street real quick.
Mm-hmm. So I go to clean this and it's just a mess.
I'm saving it all.
So that's the thing, like I haven't had the time. So before we thought that we may just keep it the way it is, right? And now that I'm this deep into it and I've had to fix so much stuff, I know I'm gonna have to paint everything again.
Dad,
So,
I found this on the ground.
neat. Yeah, it's part of the tiling from the,
Can I keep it?
why wouldn't you? It's on the ground.
But she said it's okay, she would let us say no. Alright, I'll be right back.
Yes, love you. Hi, buddy. Hi, it's a beautiful day out there, isn't it? This is my baby Bella. My baby Bella. That little baby girl. Hey, baby. How you doing? I know I'm all soaking wet with all this caulking and I have to make sure I don't get all kinds of bad dust on you. Yeah. I got all kinds of dust on me, honey. You having fun? Wee-hoo. Uh-huh. Oh, shoot. Wow. Yeah, see, it's important. It's very, very important to make sure that you're wiping down your trim. I'll show you. Let's find a clean spot. Okay, right there. See that? It's pretty clean, right? Watch. Now this is white paint that I just sanded. Okay, you see the outline of my fingers? See that? It's like white. There's a white hand there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Big paw. Okay? You may not be able to see it in this light, but there is a big paw imprint there. So that dust it's actually good too, because it will mix with the paint and it'll actually act as a binder and primer, body, filler. It's a filling. But also, you want to get rid of it so that your paint adheres, because what it's going to do, it's going to create molecules of air between the paint and the product. Especially when you spray, you don't want to have to back brush, you don't want to have to re-roll it. So, biggest thing I need really bad is this area vacuumed.
Oh, so we'll get.
Are you working? Top? Yeah, that shark would be good. I have this here too, I got the wand right down there.
I'm gonna get this. It doesn't suck, but.
So I was about to say,
Mine's
the shark's cool, the shark's cool, it's ergonomic and you don't have to carry it around like, it literally just rolls
Trying
around.
to follow us over there, I looked, I was like, he's in the room.
Oh no, remember, they'll shoot him, remember that. If he comes over there again, he said he's gonna get shot. Even though he was play bowing, 6-month-old puppy trying to play with another 6-month-old puppy. You weren't even being aggressive.
You tell
I couldn't
me.
believe, I'm like, yeah, okay, if that's gonna make you feel better, dude.
I turned around and I said, go home, and just went to this side of the road and just watched and waited for me.
Waited for you, yeah. He was making sure you were safe. So, the reason why I'm being so careful with these walls right now is because last time I painted, I didn't dust much. I just wanted to get the job done. And remember, this was a brand new drywall. It hadn't been painted on yet. So the drywall fibers, the hairs on the drywall, you know what I'm saying? So this is still a priming coat. Smart Primer also has a finished polyurethane in it too, so you can leave it if you want. I've actually done 3 coats on an old Victorian home with Smart Primer, and it came out so beautiful. It still looks good today. Everything is dandy. I'm gonna clean this off real good. Get this rag somewhat cleaned up. Okay, but I need my sander.
You gotta be at your mom's at 6.
I know.
Did she come see you
I
earlier?
don't know. Every time I get a roll on, everybody has to remind me, well, shit, they
I
have to
just
do it.
didn't know it was just so weird.
It's just, it's crazy. It's like, will I ever? 6 o'clock, sorry.
Oh.
6 o'clock, sorry, it's not bad. And she's cooking us dinner, so it's
Yeah.
nice.
I'm gonna be probably going back and forth from here and there. I've been trying to get the house ready for when we leave.
To be honest,
I don't wanna come back to it again.
I wish we could go over there and hang out every night. The thing is, I just smoke right now. Well, of course, I had to find. Hold on, babe. Just go back here in the other room because I just found more shit I have to do.
The other one's needed.
You know? I would say the bedroom on the other side of this wall should be fine.
So the second one needs it?
I would just make sure I go in the second bedroom, wipe walls down, get everything dusted.
Okay, what am I?
I'm not done. Yeah, go in the painter's, the rag bag, and just find like the biggest rag you can. And get it to the point where it's barely not dripping any water when you squeeze it out. And when you wash the walls,
I'm gonna move her away from that door a little bit.
it's warm out, it's nice.
Let's just, maybe I'll just back
And
her
she's
up.
remember she's got a sweatshirt on too, so
I know, just don't wanna
she should be fine is what I'm
take it
saying.
to get going.
Uh-huh.
This water on the counter?
Well, to be honest, both buckets need to be washed. There's just so much to do, hon, it's crazy.
Okay, so do I dump this outside?
Yeah, but this bucket also needs it.
Okay, I'll do both of them.
And what I do is I just leave the hose right in the rag, right in here once I dump it, and I squeeze them out as I'm dumping it, and I'm spraying it as I dump. So I just don't get the rags on the ground. Do it on the cement pad, because we can't get any dirt and soil in there, you know? So I leave the hose in and it just keeps pushing it out, but you gotta press all the bad out.
Right in here, the hose.
The hose is right dangling off the blue tank in front of you. And you can pull it out back, it don't matter. So yeah, to get these walls to a finished aesthetic, remember all the exterior walls are existing. They're pre-existing walls, right? They're like dinosaurs. All these interior walls here, the interior walls are,
I just flip this thing back and it'll turn on.
yeah, just use the lever, yeah. Hi, honey. Hi. You want me to get you a bottle? Some water? Where's your sippy? She got her sippy cup? Ooh, I know what you love, honey. You love new white rags. Nice and clean rag. Here you go. Boop. Boop, boop, boop. Sorry about that, guys. Look at this. I put the rag on her head. She loves it. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, they do. I seen him tear a rabbit right in half. He chased down a wild hare when he was about 4 months old. Ate the whole thing. Right, yeah, the sprayer lifts up all that powder. Yes, especially with all that drywall, because I had to skim coat all these walls and the ceilings, everything. Half the house, 3/4 of the house with the ceilings, 3/4 of the house is existing walls, and I had to skim coat basically all of it. The interior walls are new, brand new drywall with mold guard drywall. But yeah, I mean, we're talking, I just didn't care because it was primer still. So I was like, whatever, dust, it don't matter, right? But this time, and the cement floor. It was like you could not keep it clean. It was horrible. So now I got this nice floor. We can keep it clean. I need to figure out something here. I got to put like a mat so you can kick the rocks off before you walk in the house. I'll put a drop cloth down. Bubba, you want a bed? I'll get you a place. I'll get you a place. Here you go, Bubba. There you go, babe. Good babe. Here's that beauty, Bubba. Good place. Got my dog a bed. He kind of blends right in. You guys see him out there? That phone. There we go. Wow, you can't even see him in this phone. It's a big difference from the 11 to the 15. Remember to follow me, please. Hit that follow. Subscribe, everybody. All right, so what's up, girl? You lost your ride. Brand new white tee. That brand new white tee. Yeah. That's fine. That's fun, right? Yeah. All right. So, oh, another thing. I had to paint all the HVAC too, hey. Jay's Al's. All this HVAC up here, none of that was painted yet. And it goes down the whole house, so every room got it. And I'm telling you, I went through with the leaf blower. I'm a single man here. I can't do it all, right? Plus I did video. There's a lot to do all at once. But I tried to clean like crazy. I leaf blow it out of the place. That just gets every single micro dust out of there. But there's stuff that sticks that sprayer literally blows off. It's 2,600 PSI coming out of that pump.
What is that hose hooked up to?
Why?
It really looks like it's-
Is what? This. All right, guys, project apartment 4. I just had to figure out what the problem was. There actually was no problem. My daughter got a little bit of mud in the rags last night when she cleaned them out. We didn't realize it till now. So, Tinkerbell's out there cleaning rags, getting water in buckets so that we have nice clean rags with clean water to clean this apartment out. As I go around with my eyeballs right on the walls, I see all the imperfections. And it takes seconds to fix an imperfection. So remember that. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Have it. So anyway, we're gonna move this stuff out of the way. I'm gonna clean the wall up a little bit. We've already cleaned behind you. And then once we're we're completely done wiping everything down, then I'll be able to vacuum a little better here. Yeah. Much water. Yeah, Adam been told me last night. Because I did that same thing, and that's exactly what they look like when I get them. So there's, right, so there's one thing. I did this wall up top and underneath the stove, so please don't touch anything because there's wet caulking there, right? But this stuff needs to be wiped. All the wood there, the top, and you gotta dust the horizontals off before you wipe them because you'll just push that dust right into the wood.
Okay. So we do this?
If you can, yeah. Want me to hook you up with this?
What?
Throw that in that room. Just throw the whole damn thing right in the room. Remember, these little buckets are our step-ups. Okay? Obviously, this is my tool to get surface area quick. We can move this too, because this is just going to spill. You're going to hit it with the knee, spill something there.
No.
Okay, and this, we can just put that back if you don't mind. Goes deep on the left.
Really?
No.
Oh,
Yep.
I forget you have.
I forgot to give you paperwork. Deep all the way in there. Oops. Hi. Da-da-da.
Daddy gave it all water in your bed. Yeah. You feel happy?
Okay, so no dust. We can't have any dust.
Right. Okay, so I need this.
Yep. Dust brush. Dust brush everything. I would just dust brush it right into a vacuum so it doesn't keep going everywhere. I'll set you up with this. So you can just literally dust brush right into your hand. Take this off. Right, so just the biggest thing is, remember, don't smack, I don't want anything touching these, right? You gotta be really careful not to dent them. Just, the top, that stuff can just be white. We're talking about the horizontal. Yeah, that's it.
I gotta get up here though. Is that okay?
Hell yeah, that thing, I could park my truck on that. It took me a month to build that one, baby. You know that's sturdy.
I just didn't know if it was correct.
Oh no, I got multiple uprights. I got it to where it's strong enough for my fat ass to be on it without it ever hurting itself. And everything is glued. Everything is glued. Everything's... Yeah, it's really bad. Like I've been wiping down these HVACs. Look at this. This is just one wipe. That is literally primer. You see that? Imagine that, right? So the better we wipe these walls, the better, the longer our paint will last on this house.
This is changing color already.
Can I steal that long thing from you? Can you use this bucket? Drop down carefully. Can you do that carefully? All right. Oh, wasn't that wonderful? I just marked the floor. That's the only thing that I don't like about these gorillas. But really? If that's the only thing I can complain about?
Tennis balls work good with that.
Oh my God, that's right. I was just about to say, If that's the only thing I can complain about, then I can fix it real easy. Well, remember, I've already fixed the other only thing.
When you were in class, you ever take tennis balls, basketball?
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I used to put tennis balls on all my tables in the shop.
Yep, they did that at the desk at school too. Remember that one?
Alright, so I got a wipe. Where's my other rag go? Look at how dirty that just got. Oh my god. Yeah, so when you're done, give it some good 2 or 3 foot wipes, you know what I mean? But obviously do the surgery first. Really? Is it coming nice and clean like that? It doesn't seem like it's getting a good flick on it. It's probably the best, yeah, and then get some real good make sure, you know what I mean? Yeah, because that cement dust, that stuff is literally like the devil. I was forced to breathe it in. Look at the buildup. Remember, we're going to paint these, but it still needs to be nice and clean. And hey, once we come back, I'll be able to just literally tape off whatever we don't hit now and then paint.
Right.
You know, we're literally prepping. And hopefully the rest of today I'll be able to get some quarter round in.
Yeah.
Where's Cole?
And I have.
Oh.
Yeah, I had them do a couple chores when they got home, and then Aria brought some stuff to the shed for me. Hope she did one cake.
Nice, nice, nice.
Now there, I think she's on the phone with Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see what that one boy is.
Hey, baby girl. So that's the thing, the baby gets hungry every 30 minutes, so,
Yep.
you know.
She doesn't have her good nap either, the girl's trying to
Oh, really?
fuck that one up. Yeah.
You'll get one, honey. Look at her now, she having fun with your phone, playing with her thing, man. Be all good.
To get that end safety magnet.
She likes that ball pit.
Yeah, she does.
I like that she's contained here. She can't just run
I like
around.
the ball pit better than that, but I know the ball pit and something like this is. They don't have her point eye on her or something.
Oh, I do. I got you.
I think that if we took that bottom thing out, she could start walking in that.
Is she tall enough now?
I think, look, her legs are crunched up on it now.
Yeah. Well, we ought to. She's at that point, I think.
I think she really could. You'll be able to take it off now. She'll be zooming around. Well, once she figures out how to do it.
Yeah, when you guys come back after your next feed, do it.
Oh. Alright, I'm gonna do the white thing, other than the guy who did that in. This, okay. I thought this was gonna be full. I picked it up like it was.
Oh, yeah, I do too. It's funny. It's
But
weird how
braced
they-
myself and really aimed it up.
Yeah.
Fucking empty.
It's weird too, because I did the same thing, and I put it together. You'd think I would know. But yeah.
You took the phone, thank you. I did. You had to put your, oh, you're trying to coffee.
Wow. And the cement dust is just everywhere.
Yeah.
And as soon as you spray it, it just blows it all over the place. And then it sets up an electric current, and then it blows all over the place and sticks to everything.
Alright.
There you go, baby. You got some videos going, huh? Alright. Unfortunately, I do need some sealing. Because I found more. Yeah. Yeah. Try the underside, see what that, like, the edge.
Are you using the small ones for caulking?
Yeah, just, you can, I would use a big one for you so that you get the most out of it. You want to you want to spread a lot because you're going to grab a lot with more rag. But with the caulking, I'm just trying to save on surface area because I don't want to waste.
Do you want me to wipe this wood up here too?
I wouldn't.
No?
No, not yet. We'll do all that when we get back.
Okay.
I just wanted to get rid of the cement dust.
So with the walls, you already did this stuff.
Just didn't get in between the walls and underneath the shelf. I didn't get up there. Yeah. I do, that wood is fine, yeah.
Do it?
Yeah, you can wipe that. Is it bad?
No,
No.
what smells good?
Huh?
What smells good?
Yeah, nice pine.
You can have it now? So you don't want me to wipe the shelves?
Did I what?
You don't want me to wipe the shelves?
No, not really.
Okay.
I just don't want to close up any of the boards that I've opened up with my sander. So I'm just trying to dust them in the moment. Really, I just need to get all the dust off the walls.
But you did do these walls, right? Or
No, I only did above the shelf
And over there.
and under where the stove is. So I didn't get in between anything. I haven't got any of this yet. I'm working my way that way.
Okay.
I've already done the ceiling though. I haven't got that trim yet though. I haven't done any of the door trim. I haven't done any of the door trim yet. I've done this door trim. But yeah, I'm wiping it all up. She loves that. Whoa. That was funny, huh?
Oh, it's saying bad. Maybe we're not saying bad.
Daddy. Wow.
I'm too old to be crawling around on the counter.
I'm feeling the same way, babe. I'm like, I need some help over here. I basically blew out my knee doing the floors because I got it twisted up in the walls, between the walls and the vanity in the bathroom. It basically just blew me out, wicked. Yeah, and you got blown out having the baby. So we're both smoking.
My My spinal taps messed me up forever. That's
True. True. You would think that they would be like, you know, you can't sue me, but you should come here. You should come here and we can help you get fixed. You know, we could set up stem cell research for you like all the rich people get. You know,
I watched a
one
video.
stem cell shot, baby, you'd be fine.
Did you know that in Japan, healthcare is free?
Right, you can go to Mexico and get it for dirt cheap, but I would just go to a free healthcare country, get a visa, and then you're good. Once you're in their care, they gotta treat you right. I don't know.
When I watched this girl post a video, she was on vacation and
I'd pay for it somewhere else. U.S. is the most expensive medical everywhere in the world.
this girl, she was pregnant, went on vacation to Japan, ended up having her baby there and stayed there.
Wow. Right, she didn't want to leave the country, everything was free. That's wild. People do that a lot here too. They'll come here, have a baby, and then try to stay because the baby's an American citizen.
Yeah.
When really, like, we don't do that to other countries, just show up, right? Hey, I'm having a baby, I'm gonna turn into your citizen now.
Arabella. Arabella. You're doing that, so I'll come over. Stop it. I caught on to
She's
that.
probably getting hungry.
Probably. Oh.
She's generally not cranky unless she has a wet diaper or something. Yeah, I just take her home for a little bit, get her figured out. She's a good kid, she's not gonna just cry.
Yeah, so far she's not surprised really. A little bit, probably, for a little while, not too long.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was actually really, it's been a really good pregnancy so far, right? Or birth. Other than your Spinal Tap, which was a horror show, still is
Yep.
a horror show.
There's the basketball up there.
What happened?
There's the basketball outside. It looks like it's not.
Yeah, that's okay. It's been beat up. Oh. What's up, guys? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm dealing with. I got previously existing painted walls on my left, and behind me is new walls with drywall that just got painted. So it's weird. Anything up high back there was, sorry, up that way. Anything up that way was just blown. All the dust from these ducts blew it right into the corner when I sprayed. And it didn't matter wall, everything up there was just grit, like 80 grit, 60 grit. And it just like, and there's ducts in each room. There's two, you know, and in the bathroom. There was one in the kitchen, but I boxed it over, covered it. I was supposed to cover all of these, but I was just like, you know what, let's spray them and it'll just kind of fade off. Make sure you follow the page, please. This is the boring part, remember that. This is the boring part. We're being good, I'm not listening to music, I'm not swearing, I'm not smoking, I'm being a good guy. My hat's off to you, I appreciate everything, and hope that you guys can learn. Now you guys have seen, it's been how long? I think I've been a week on just this 2-bedroom apartment by myself, but still, it don't matter. I've been cleaning, caulking, wiping things down, a little bit of mud. I'm prepping for the final coat. So prep is 75% of a paint job when done correctly. So I gotta go around and wipe all the walls. I'm pretty sure I got everything I need to up top in those ducts. So I'm gonna move this way. So I got to move 2 feet in the last 2 hours. Yay, right? But that's the thing, if you don't take your time and make sure it's all done, it's gonna look like a rookie did it. It's gonna look like you just learned how to use your sprayer. And oh, by the way, so the great thing about painting, right, is it doesn't matter if you made the hole, if you made the dent, if you ripped the drywall apart. None of that matters, because once you've done painted that wall, once you're done, right? And you've painted that wall now everyone knows that you're the painter. So when you leave it like that, now it's up to you. So if there's a dent in that wall, it don't matter if it was done 50 years ago by 7 painters back. I left that dent and that's on me. So when someone comes in here and they're laying down in bed and looking up at the ceiling, or they're sitting at the coffee table reading their magazine and they see this dent that looks like, you know, a car came in and smashed into the wall, it's on me. It's on me. So I gotta come in here and make sure all that stuff is gone. You know what I mean? You don't want not one of those problems, right? Basically, I have like I think it's called Cinderella complex, where like I feel like, I don't really understand it, but that's what I was told one day. And I'm always trying to fix something. I don't know if that's even the real term, no clue, but that's what someone told me one day. However, I knew when I was gonna wipe this, there was gonna be some sealant that did not want to play ball. So I gotta fill in some areas, which is fine. It's expected, actually. If you don't expect your sealant to dry up and clamp down like that or sink in, you ain't seen it before, because all caulking does that. But the great thing is, if you let it dry for a month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever, and then you come back and you hit it again, it's gonna leave the most beautiful formal line you've ever seen, ever. And, you know, it's just like so perfect. And the reason is because now you're actually getting that perfect quarter pipe look, and it won't sink anymore. You're just filling little spots instead of these big, huge gaps and cracks, right? So it makes it literally perfect. But there's a freaking, there's a bubble inside, air bubble inside this. This is dripless, it's not pushing against the tube. But there's an air bubble in the tube. And it hasn't popped out yet. And I'm telling you, I'm gonna be fighting this air bubble. So it keeps leaking on me. When I set it down, it leaks and leaks. And I've heard, you know, screw a hole in the rear in the rear plunger plate. It's like, you know what? I even did it to prove someone wrong one day. And I said, look what you just did. And they opened up the caulking gun, and there was sealant all through the inside guts of the caulking gun. And I'm like, see, you don't listen to people on, you know, obviously, if they don't have professional gear on, generally they're just jonesing with it, you know, joking. So you don't want to just take everything as like, what do you call that? Take everything they say as gospel. You don't want to take everything that they say as gospel. Now you see a guy like me doing this, you can say, okay, all right, that's how he does his work. That doesn't mean it's the right way. It doesn't mean it's the only way. It just means that's one way. And I can personally tell you that almost everything that I show everybody online, I will almost always get someone that says, why are you doing it like that? I do it this way. And it's like, okay, that's cool in your situation, you see? So just because I'm holding a spray gun doesn't mean that I'm spraying the type of application that the last person has to do. That's why I try to tell my crew, I always say, we can spray 50 houses, but every house is gonna have different prep, different application, different type of paint, different aftercare, different preview care, you know? So every job will be different, right? And you can't assume, you can't just go in and assume that, you know, that this job is the exact application as the job that you would do whatever you said you'd do, right? Because that's assuming, and what does assuming do? We always know what assuming does, right? Unless you know. And then if you know, because it's 100% you know, well, then you wouldn't assume, would you? So, basically, usually, I don't try to be the wise guy. I try to be the guy that can get you out of a big headache and a big mess. I'm hoping to help people kind of have foresight, for one, because a job really, you need to have foresight. Like, you gotta know all the steps ahead, because if I'm doing this right now and it's gonna mess up my next plan or the plan in 10 steps forward, then I'm gonna wait to do this job. And I'd much rather do it when it's not gonna mess up, you know, and that's why I haven't touched the walls in 6 months. Because I knew I was gonna have to sand them. I knew I was gonna have to fill them. I knew I was gonna and I've been looking at them for 6 months. So I've been checking them out, scoping out what I know I'm gonna grab first. And then now I'm at the point, I'm like 5 days in, and I'm at the point where I'm grabbing stuff that I planned to find 6 months ago. Said, yeah, I'm gonna do that anyway, so I'll wait till I'm done with the carpentry and when it's more convenient. Because if I were to do this then, I would have done all this and then 6 months of carpentry, beating up the walls, banging up everything. You can't say that you're not gonna do it because you're human, you know? And if you say that, that's just like narcissistic to like, oh no, I know I'll never touch a wall. It's like, no. Walls are gonna get bent, you know, dented, scratched, whatever. So, you basically, that's what I've done. I basically planned on waiting to make sure when I do my 360, my full, so I call it a 360, full 360, I go around with my eye literally a foot from everything. I bring my head right down to the floor, make sure it's all, I'm getting all the dents, all the bumps, all the scratches. now also all the dust. When I'm cleaning out all that old cement dust from when I demoed the floor. Because this floor has a nice Progen, Target Progen natural oak vinyl flooring. And the only way I could lay that without it cracking and bumping and having valleys and all that was to level it out. I learned from my previous people that did the other 2 apartments behind you, they didn't do that. And now I have to fix like 6 or 7 areas where the floor just is like a trampoline. I couldn't believe that they literally left that floor like that. Like, dude, put caulking under it, something, you know, make sure that the thing ain't bouncing. Everywhere you walk here is flat because I found the high spot with a laser. I shot it all the way across down diagonal, figured out where all my high spots were. I figured out where my low spots were, and I brought down my high spots in the middle, between the high spots and the low, right at 50. And then I self-leveled and filled with self-leveler up to 50, all the low spots. And now everything is smooth. Now the whole place is doing this because the back side of the house is falling. However, you go around and it's flat, right? Like a basketball court, nice and flat. There's no trampoline bumps that you can do trampolines and the vinyl's bouncing off the cement underneath it, right? But contractors, they just want to get the job done. I understand what the man was thinking. It's just not my style. My style is do it right, treat it like it's my house. Every job I'm going to treat it just like it was my house. So right here, there's like wood shavings from when I had my chop saw here, and it spit vinyl and wood shavings at the wall. A little bit of soda looked like. So I'm just getting it really nice. Now that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna have to fix anything after my paint. I could paint this place and find 40 or 50 spots that I have to fill in. You know what I mean? Because the paint, the first coat is gonna expose anything that isn't caulked right or hasn't been caulked at all. So, but I'd much rather just go around and do it all now because that won't be in a rush, and it also will be formal. Like every single gap, anywhere anything meets, will have a formal caulk line. Remember, sealant likes to shrink because even the Shermax is gonna shrink down a little bit, right? Even the Shermax will shrink down some. That's a polyurethane based, but once that dries up and cures, it's gonna get a little bit thinner. And what happens there? Your gap ends up not getting thinner. The sealant is, so you gotta give it one more coat. Now right here, a lot of stuff was laid up against it. I had a bottle can and a trash can. So every time I threw a bottle, a little bit of my Red Bull would get on the wall. So I'm cleaning that because what will that do? If that paints over that, that's gonna leave a little bump and it won't be formal. You wanna be able to run your hand across and not feel any bumps anywhere. Nice and smooth. Smooth as a calm day on the water. And this is also a good time for me to find all the imperfections. So I'm going through. I'm also making sure to get this horizontal surface, right? And I see right here, there's a little spot where the sealant dried up and there's a little bit of black there still. I'm gonna hit it first with this dust brush. Because the dust, I don't want the dust to get on these clean rags. But this floor is very, very, very bad. So, remember, I'm getting right down to the floor level here. Cleaning up any stains from Pepsi or coffee, or we're getting all the bumps and everything here, wiping everything down. Basically, all of your horizontal surfaces, horizontal flat surfaces are going to hold all of your, you know, that's what's going to hold all of your dust. And if I get all that out right now, it won't get kicked up and lifted up by the pressure of the air sprayer, by my airless paint sprayer. That thing presses out 2,600 PSI. So it's literally pushing paint, spraying paint like a cobra, spitting cobra, at 2,600 PSI. And you guys will see, you can go on my channel and see. I've sprayed paint plenty on my channels, especially on my YouTube channel. But I gotta clean these are dirty now. So, whoops. Oh. All right. So I'm just trying to unfold them and let the water pull all the dirt off. I squeeze all that out. There we go. Lovely. So now, what did I say? We have a bunch of areas that need to be sealed back here, right? Because I got down, I actually brought my head down to that level so that my eyes can pick up any imperfections. What in the heck? Well, we gotta clean that too. That door is still wicked dirty. Yeah, so what happened is that cement dust got on things and it just made everything so attracted to dust because that cement dust is so thick. So I'm just gonna lay this down. Beautiful. Oh God. Whoa. That was bad. All right, clean my tip, pull. And just make sure, yup, right there, there was a bunch right there. Okay. Now I'm gonna take my sealant rag, right? And so if I pull that way and come around, I've already forced it one way, right? So now when I clean it, I'm gonna go this way against the other way. I'm just gonna force it into the gap that way. Just like the Migos, that way, right? So now I'm taking that, I'm leaning it in. Using my finger to make it look like it'll end up looking like a quarter pipe. Nice and formal. Nice and formal now. I'm gonna pull any extra feathers that get on the top of the wood. You don't want that, because that will end up making the sealant peel. It will end up peeling later on if you leave it. Okay? So this is all new carpentry, so it has to be caulked in. And of course, like I've been preaching you, it had to be done twice. Not in all the areas. Some of the areas it'll be fine. But just remember that if you end up sealing some new wood into a wall, right? Just remember to go back around and check. Check the next day or a couple weeks later, whatever. And you'll find that some places that sealant didn't hold well. And you just run a new bead on it. And that second bead, after it's cured, that second bead goes on so nice, and it leaves a nice, perfect seal line. I'm telling you, this caulking just keeps blacking out at the mouth. I just leave it and it just keeps spilling. Usually I will leave a rag. But what I'm doing now, I've been using it. So I'll take it and I'll fill over any holes. Nail holes, whatever. But I have to make sure I get all the feathered edges. Yeah, you want to make sure you're pulling up any tails. No, you don't want any lines. Just trying to fill the hole and clean everything else out. Because if you leave a line, when you paint it, it'll look like a cookie sat there. It'll look just like there's a cookie sitting on your wall. Seriously, like you glued a sugar cookie to the wall and then you painted it. That's what it ends up looking like. So you've got to make sure you're either sanding down your mud really well around the edges. You don't have to sand down the mud right into the hole that you just filled. You just want to get it, skim it over 3 times, and then when you're done mudding it, I like to sand lightly in between to get all the boogers off. Use nice and clean mud, use nice and clean caulk. If you get any junk in there, just throw it away, get new stuff, clean. It's got to stay clean. If you're just sliding around rocks, you're going to have lines all through your product. Okay. Like that last one was kind of gross. I can show you. See that? See how it looks kind of coarse? Like there's junk in there. That's dry too. You want it nice and wet so that it can really, flow. All right. Okay, like I always have a spot or a rag, like one rag that I'll just throw all the mud on, or I'll just put it on myself. I'm wearing canvas pants, like it's literally Sherwin-Williams patch. It's painter's pants. I don't need to look pretty when I paint. I literally wear these clothes so that I don't have to worry about messing up my carpentry clothes, really. Because I'm not rich and clothes are expensive, and I need to look, I need to have a good, whatever you call that. I'm the owner of the company, so I have to look presentable. And if all my carpentry clothes have all that nastiness on there, it's cemented itself to the door. It's horrible. Horrible. Excuse me. All right, have I gotten anywhere? Yes. So, I'll put the rags down. Now I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna suck all that up and get it all out of there. I should be using my HEPA, but I really don't like putting that nasty stuff in that HEPA vacuum. And I did just get a nice filter for this. Remember, if you stick with me for the next, like what, I think it'll take, I've already done all the other rooms, I'm just gonna wipe them down. I've already caulked all them. Those rooms are done. I just hadn't finished caulking and fixing all the dents in these rooms. I'm sorry, in this one room. So now all I gotta do is actually just wipe the other rooms down, vacuum the floors, and then we have a surprise coming. So if you hang out for a little bit longer, I will show you what I plan to do with that. That right there. Guess what it is? Yeah, I'm sweating my balls off. What's up, MAGA? Killa, are you spraying or rolling? Are you spraying it or rolling it or what's up? Make sure you get plenty of fluid, bro. Plenty of fluid, hey. Plenty of fluid. What's happening? Who's on? Is it Tinkerbell? So, I'll be pulling out the saws and we'll be cutting the wood. But you guys gotta hang out and make sure you don't go nowhere because we got some big stuff coming. Big stuff's on the way, yeah. I'm just putting my sander away. Set that down. Cool. But yep. Clean. right numb like. I just got a filter for it too. Just got a filter. Alright, so I need my other section. Set that on there for a second. Man, I was just going to show you. Well, I showed you what I do with it at least. So this likes to blow out when you're not using it. So what I do, I put it in places that need it. Wow, the dust. We gotta get that dust rid of. Get rid of that dust. All right, what's up? So we're doing 1/2 inch quarter round in a little bit. That's gonna be a huge help. You don't even want the that puppy dog, I'm telling you. Okay. Yep. Will this work anywhere? Oh my God. Damn, bro. Oh. The fittings, this is the extensions for this little puppy. Put this back. We got a clear space. Yep. Clean it up. Clean it up. Yeah, everything goes to the next room. Okay. okie. So I was told the other day that I could not cheer for the girls. I could not say my opinion about the game. I was not allowed to speak. And I just was like, dude, you are full of yourself. I wasn't being derogatory. I wasn't even being mean. You know, I'm cheering them on. But the problem is, you know, Travis, Squanto, he thinks he knows everything. He's a know-it-all. Well, obviously whatever they were doing wasn't working because they lost every single game but what? One, maybe two. They won 1 or 2 games. They literally got stomped like 4-51 in a couple. You know, and it was never close. It was always like 23-10. And it's like, oh, everybody gets a trophy. Dude, what are we even trying for? Is it just so that my daughter plays basketball, or are we trying to make our daughters better? They had the best defense in the league, worst offense in the league, right? Never won scrimmage, never any pennies. Half the team plays each other with the shot clock. They didn't understand the flow of the game, and they needed to figure out how to flow on offense. 86 Celtics. How's that? 86 Celtics. Watch them play and then try to play like that. I mean, we can start there. There's so many thousands of different ways to play and win, but, you know, if you don't even try to show them an offense flow during practice, then how are they ever going to learn other than getting their face stomped in during the game? It sucks, you know? It sucks. It sucks to go and watch them get disappointed. You know, I go there and they just get disappointed. They're like, and it's not their fault. It's the adult's fault. And then I give my opinion, right? Literally my opinion, and we wanna lose. We're paid to lose. I had a call from the athletic director. The athletic director literally told me to be calm and basically be quiet. And then she said basically like you might as well, she was like you might as well not even try to even, what do you call that, apply for being a coach because you're just gonna run out of time. The process takes too long. It's like, dude, that's crazy. So what, I'm not allowed in the gym? What the hell? I don't know. It's pretty silly. It's pretty silly. Pretty, like very snobby, to be honest. Like, holier than thou. You must not speak. I am holier than. How dare you exist? I am holier than thou. It's like, woogity, 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 woogity. You know what the fuck, dude? Holy shit. I just don't even know what to say about it. Yeah. We need to clean this place so I can do. the principal of the school, called the officers because I told him that I was going to continue to cheer for my daughter. He said, "You're the loudest in the room." During the game, like the game was going on, he came right over to me like this, bumped up against me. He tried to say that I was drinking. I'm like, maybe Red Bull. Like, are you kidding me? Called the cops and said, "We think this man's drunk." I literally got escorted out of the school after the game, and he was gonna take me outside and give me a sobriety test. I'm like, "Dude, this is a coffee cup, smell it." He's like, "Yeah, fair enough, right?" He's like, "Look, well, we're not gonna go there then, just leave." And I'm like, "Yeah, I need to go get my daughter and my mother, they're in there getting food." Ridiculous. And then I walked back up to the other coach, the coach that, we was at an away game. And the other coach me and him was hamming it up, talking of like, literally like buddies. Talk to the other coach, like buddies. Talk to the last year's coach before that. Excited and happy, right? But that one coach was worried because I was on the stands and the girls, I was directing them in a way, right? As I was cheering, they were hearing the cheer, and they says, they got a 14 and on a 2 run. So they went up 14. They went into the halftime leading by 1, and they were down by 13 points before I started really cheering them on, right? So then halftime goes, I go down the other side, I'm trying to cheer them on, and we were 14 points down, and there was plenty of time. And the principal came over, he didn't want us to go back on a 14 and whatever 0 run, right? Because we would have won. So he tried to shut me down, and he literally said that you can't speak. I've got the video, dude. I've got the video. It's crazy, right? Told me that I am not allowed to speak. He said, "You're the loudest in the room." It is an arena, a basketball arena. The bell that you make me listen to is louder than all of us combined. And you do that 4 times per game. I can't be louder than that bell that you made me listen to. Like, and who's to say that I'm the loudest in the room? Okay, how's this? I'm not talking. Go to the loudest person in the room now. They're all louder than me. Like, it's like, no, you just wanted to shut me specifically down. And I told you to beat it, called you a bootlicker Gestapo Nazi, and guess what happens? Well, I'm gonna call the cops then. I think he's been drinking. No, you don't. You know I ain't been drinking because I had a 4-minute conversation with you as you slammed into my elbow and tried to budge your way in and shut me up. Mouths were literally, 1.5 feet apart? You knew I weren't drinking. You know that's the best dad coffee cup. It literally says, "Best dad ever." It's a fucking coffee cup. The cop literally smelt it like, I don't drink. If I do drink, it's a $300 bottle of scotch, and I only have a tiny little sip of it just to put it on my tongue and taste it as a celebration when I have my friends over, or like, maybe once every 3 years, I have a shot of some 40-year-old scotch. Like, shoot me. Oh my God. Whoa. So, yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. It's actually very ridiculous. And it just shows it proved exactly what I've been saying all along. I don't feel comfortable. They're very threatening. They're very, it's almost like they're worried that like you might shine more than them. I don't get it. This is the thing. People only worry about the shiny stuff. I can't even exist. I guess I'm too I'm too sexy or something. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? So basically, I'm gonna get this house done and I'm gonna go buy another multi-unit just like it or bigger, and just gonna keep doing that until I'm 50, and then I'm literally gonna buy like a house on the West Coast on the ocean. I'm gonna buy a house in the Bahamas on the ocean. I'm gonna buy a house over in Paris. I'm gonna buy a house in Ireland. I'm gonna buy so many houses, and they're all gonna be Airbnbs, and I'm gonna travel all over the world. And my kids will have travel houses, and we'll get rich, because by the time they're my age, everything will be paid off, and they'll have all of this income. And you got to understand, finances and real estate is what the world is. It's the only way that you're going to have any financial security. You need to be rich in finances, which means save your money and invest it. Don't blow it at Walmart. Save your money, invest it correctly, and also you absolutely have to buy your own home. Seems like we'll be okay there. Sorry about that, guys. I just had to trade some stocks for a second there.
How many can good job.
All right, I gotta vacuum this up.
Good job.
So basically, next step,
Use the other vacuum, way faster.
huh?
Use the other ones way faster.
No, blows dust out. Blows dust out. Just put it away because it's blowing this out. So basically, can you wipe down from that corner over? I'm just trying to clean. Really, everything in every room needs to be wiped down. Dusted first with a dust brush. Any horizontal surfaces need to be dusted off. Start high, don't start at the high stuff, and then work your way down. Unless you want to vacuum. You want to vacuum?
Yeah.
This is really clogged. This is a very good vacuum. It's a HEPA vacuum. Okay, it's full. Yeah, that's kind of full anyway. Shut this door.
I'm just gonna pick up your cup so I don't forget it. Trying to put the tape on me up.
What's your name?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Mm. Movie doozies. What is that thing over here?
Hey, honey.
She looks at the blue table yet, but she keeps going and trying to grab it.
Nice.
Excuse me. You walk. Dad. Yes, that's Dad. She goes, ah. What can I do?
Nice.
I did not know there was a filter there or not. Maybe I did actually. Yeah, now.
Clogging me still. Oh, she's breathing way better now. Oh yeah, she's sucking up good. Hi. Oh, thank you. So that heifer vac won't allow any dust to come out of this vacuum. Here, that's just backwards. That's not gonna work at all. So this completely. Make sure you vacuum the counter off too. And we're gonna dust and wipe this wall, so I can do that while you're there. Okay. We need to put a piece of tape on the top. This is the trash on. This is our like equipment trash.
I picked up the leaves.
Oh. Got new protection. When you're mudding, if you ever mud, you want to make sure you put tape on your fingers. Because them knives, the trowel and the putty knife, ooh, don't that hurt. Sorry. Where are you guys? Hello, hello, hello.